you got to budget manage your job, your lifestyle, your woman, and your growth as a human being.
Never
Man,
too
that's
old to
good.
learn.
Yeah,
Never.
that's good. So, all right, let's go here. So you're trying to do that and recover on the job side. But now, again, in the same time, maybe your marriage has ended or is ending.
Okay.
Derek, what would you say would be some ways that a man could manage both of those things when everything feels like it's crumbling at that same time? So should he, I'll give you an example. Some people may say, hey, only focus on maybe the job because you don't want to tackle the marriage and fight that battle on that front as well, especially for dudes going through a divorce. I know one thing I did, I actually, and it's probably one of the things that led to me being let go. I left the team that I was with the longest and had my most expertise to go somewhere new. I saw where the market was going. This is going to be the next skill that's going to be needed. That left me exposed. At that same time, though, was exactly when I was going through my divorce. And so I did kind of wonder. I still think about it at times now, but I don't trip over it. But it's like, did I have
Well,
a desire to go to that new position? Because I was like, I'm starting everything over new, not
Yep.
only in the marriage or not only in my divorce life, but job life. I was almost intentionally demolishing my house to rebuild it.
Mm-hmm.
And that left
well,
me exposed. But there are maybe some dudes that are tackling both at the same time. Go ahead, D.
no, but to your point though, I mean, when you're not happy at home, you have to look for some level of excitement. I'm changing
Mm,
my job.
mm,
And that's what it sounded like you were doing. It's like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I can't fix this, but I can work with this because I'm in control of this side. So I'm gonna go
ooh,
look for this other piece and building it up. And it's not a negative. It's like, look, this is gonna work for me because to your point, I saw the market shifting, so I'm shifting
Mm-hmm.
with it so that I can build my skill set. Okay, you hit a pothole. That's not a detriment to you. That's to them. You know,
mm,
that was a admirable thing to go ahead and see that and be able to jump on it. Who can say that? You know, so dealing with both of them, yeah, it's difficult. You have to play your cards right, and you have to keep it close to your vest because now you also got to look at your money. If I'm about to lose my job,
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep it in the same pot that my wife about to take.
ooh,
Hey,
oh, we're
I
gonna
give
touch on that next. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, I give every brother I know that's gone through a divorce and everything, I tell them the same thing. Start separating your money. You know, you don't know that day you're gonna get a divorce. You knew that 5, 6 years ago. So you start planning and preparing for it. You get that structure to plan and prepare to make that exit. Same way with the job. Same thing. You
Yep.
got those feelings, but you implement them in different areas that you feel you have control in. Same thing Derek was saying. But you got to have a plan in that structure. If you don't, you just gonna be sitting up there lost. Write it down. Take a picture of it. Dictation machine. Do something to make sure you're headed in the right path, the right way. Lean towards the market. Go towards that.
And
Stop
and,
sitting up
and,
there
and
feeling sorry for yourself.
yes, indeed. But Deb, we're gonna circle back to this and say, hey, guess what? You have to understand if you also doing and trying to juggle both. I'm sorry, but your confidant is not at home anymore. You can't rely on your wife because guess what she goes, well, you better stick with that job because I know I can get more money while you're there before you
Mm-hmm.
leave, before because that's guaranteed. Because I can't lock in X, Y, and Z if you about to lose your job, if you're gonna change your job and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. You have to understand that she ain't in your corner no more.
Yes, man, that hit because I'm sure again, it's probably a lot of you guys definitely comment down below, like and subscribe if this hit some nerves. This is what we talk about here on the roundtable. Man, that hit because if you are going through a divorce, there's that old saying, it's changing now with women in the workplace for sure. But again, on average, most men still make more money than their wives do, or you wouldn't be with her in most cases. She wouldn't be with you. It's the fact
That part.
that right, that part. It's the fact that every day you work, let's say an 8-hour shift, or if you're salary, you worked from July to December for your wife because you're giving up half. Actually, giving up more than half when you total up the cash and prizes. Imagine, yeah, let's look at it. Or maybe we'll make it easier and more palatable. Every even number month is for you. Every odd number month is for your wife. Maybe that's a little bit better so you don't feel like the whole year is being wasted. And that's again because we've been through the divorce game. We know what that's going to happen. And women who have been divorced that were the higher salary maker or the highest salary spouse, you know what I'm saying is true as well. Because that's why when you meet the three of us, you're more than open to, if I got married again, I'm getting a prenup. Because you know what it's like that you have to maybe pay that man something, or maybe you just escape. Because again, see my video, men are stupid and lazy when it comes to divorce. They oftentimes won't fight for things that they could get, and women ain't playing that game. But my point is, Derek, you hit it, is that you're looking at now your money situation. You either are about to get divorced, or you know you're about to get divorced, or you have just gotten divorced. If you're about to get divorced, it's like, wow, if I go make this more money, that's more she's going to try to take. And if you've just gotten divorced, and you may be like some of us out here, you're going to be paying spousal support, aka alimony, for who knows how many years. And I'm going to tell you, the more money you make, the longer she's going to try to get that spousal support, because it's about conditions. For those of you who love bragging to the guys, and I was there, I'm full confession, I was there. You don't really, not that you love bragging, but you tell people, I have a stay-at-home wife. Yep, my wife stays at home. Your confession is going to eat you up in court, because she's going to definitely play you. Just like on your taxes, you got another dependent. You're going to see you got another dependent when you get inside that divorce courtroom, because she's going to be like, I'm a child. I can't work. I need his money to make it. And she's going to try to get you to pay as long as possible. In the meantime, she's a strong, independent woman. Conversely, if you've just gotten divorced and then you lose your job, did you get, and we talked about this on the past show, so let me go over it again. Did you get it non-modifiable or modifiable? Depending on your estate, it may be worded differently. But in a modifiable divorce, you can go back and, let's say you lose your job, you can at least theoretically go back to court and say, hey, my spousal support obligations to her, I need those things to be reduced because I just lost my job. Then they're going to let her weigh in on it. And, who knows how things go. I'm sure you're paying for a lawyer just to do that. But okay, it is what it is. We hear this with athletes all the time. Hey, I'm divorced, but I still got to pay her alimony. I'm no longer an NFL player getting this $1 million checks. Can you reduce it? And a lot of times the judge be like, nope, especially if it's children. That's child support, but still, they don't play. But if you get it non-modifiable, that means that, all right, you lost your job. Tough. Hey, if you homeless, you living out your car, it is what it is. But you wanted it to where those books don't get opened again. I knew that was a risk that I was taking. And dear, like you said, playing cards, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. I mean, I could say I gambled and lost because I knew, even in my mediation, I said I could lose my job because my ex wanted me paying until I was in my 70s. Again, stay-at-home mom risk for y'all to go for that game. That's why I ain't playing that game here. Wanted me to pay till I'm well into my 70s. I would have been getting my doggone Social Security check trying to still pay for some spousal support. What? Strong, independent woman. So, in that to say,
man, we need to talk about that one, man.
Yeah.
Whoa. You independent, but you need my money after the fact.
Yeah, because that's
you're not giving me nothing for it.
No, you're independent, but you need my money, period. You need my money to eat, to survive, to walk around, to breathe air. You don't need my money for that.